We're reading pages 167 to 169 together, and you guys are going to read 170 and 171 by yourself. Best of luck. Dad hugged Fudge and me. I'm very proud of my boys, Howie. You must be doing something right. Howie said, although I can't imagine what it is. When we got back home, the apartment was neat and clean. Not a sign of bird poop anywhere. Eudora was dressed and making sandwiches for lunch. Tootsie was napping, and Minnie was parked in front of the tube. And I don't want to hear one word about it, Howie, Eudora said. He's watching the Discovery Channel. Discovery Channel, Howie said. Well, at least that sounds educational. Yes, it is, Eudora said. And I'm sure our little Farley will learn a lot. And in case you were wondering, I've given Flora and Fauna permission to spend another night at the Tubmans. Well, Cousin Howie said, I can see you're feeling perky today. Yes, I am, Eudora said. Very perky. We put Uncle Feather back in his cage and gave him some pears. He seemed confused at first, but not too confused to eat. You're a lucky bird, Howie told him. Lucky, lucky, Uncle Feather said. Minnie laughed. Bird talks. Cousin Howie held Minnie in his arms so he could see inside the cage. You understand, don't you, that you can't let this bird out again? Minnie didn't say anything. If you don't understand, Howie said, you can't come into Fudge's room to watch his bird. Minnie still didn't say anything, but he licked the side of Cousin Howie's face. Good, Howie said. I'm glad you understand. That's it? I thought he thinks he can trust Minnie just because Minnie licked his face? Fudge said, one time in Maine, I let Uncle Feather out of his cage when it wasn't free time. Then you understand the temptation, don't you, Fudge, Cousin Howie said. And you don't blame our little Farley for what happened? He shouldn't have done it, Fudge said. You're right, Cousin Howie said. Farley shouldn't have done it. But he learned his lesson, and he's never going to do it again. Isn't that right, Farley? Lucky bird, Minnie said. Lucky bird, lucky, lucky. Cousin Howie. I said, maybe we should have a rule that Minnie can only watch Uncle Feather when someone's watching him. Ordinarily, I'd say that makes sense, Cousin Howie said, but in this case, it's not necessary. Minnie's not even 4 years old, I said, in case Cousin Howie needed reminding. No matter, Cousin Howie said, he understands. I could see that there was no point in arguing with Cousin Howie. After lunch, Fudge pulled me aside and said, let's play a game, Pete. How about spit? No, thanks. It was a mistake for Sheila to teach him how to play that card game. He thinks instead of calling out the word spit that he's out of cards, he's just actually supposed to do it. He taught Richie Porter to play, and they wound up having a spitting contest. It was disgusting. Okay, Fudge said. Then that's how Monopoly. It's not Monopoly, I told him. It's Monopoly. And you need more than 2 players to have a good game. Besides, you steal from the bank. Come on, Pete, I won't steal. He gave me his best little boy in the world look. You promise? I asked. I promise. I gave in, figuring if he ever deserved an award for good behavior, this was it. Besides, I knew the game would be over in less than an hour. Playing Monopoly with Fudge is like playing basketball with your dog. Alright guys, so you're going to read page 170 and 171 on your own. Take your time. Use evidence when you're typing. Bye.